Hey,
Hi.
everybody. Welcome to our host coaching training. I hope you guys enjoy what we have to fill you in on what we are doing. Each one of us, myself, Karen, and Jennifer, will be talking about what we do for host coaching. So, to start out with me, I personally have not been able to call hosts as frequently as I would like to. I know that that is super beneficial. But what I have been able to do is about 2 to 3 weeks out, if I have booked them that far, obviously, confirm right away, make sure that they are still good for that time frame before I send out a host package, because I don't want to have to pay for mailing on a host package that they're not going to use. So once they've confirmed with me, I mail out my host packet within 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a little sooner, obviously. And in my host packet, what I do include is 2 catalogs. Most of the time I include 1 or 2 order forms, but you can even print those out. You don't even have to order those. A Life Tastes Great orange catalog. And I also include a small piece of paper showing the host reward and the guest reward. I am now starting to, and I haven't printed it out or done it yet, but I'm going to be developing a kit coupon that just reinforces that they can get kit credit from their actual party. I think that the coupon generates excitement. You know, it's the day and age of everybody wanting coupons and discounts and free stuff. And sometimes the Life Tastes Great catalog, they glance at it and kind of put it aside. So if you just put in a loose, kit coupon, they're more likely to read that than they are the whole catalog right away. So that's something new I'm adding to my host coaching. Something I have, and granted right now, post my party is a little bit up in the air, but I have a template that I kind of did and made that has host coaching even for weeks before the party that I can send my hosts. And all I use that for is to copy and paste. I don't use it to actually post in an event. I just use it as a template, so to speak. And I'll show you that in a minute. And it's just simply getting them ready for their party, asking them questions. And then obviously I have my host coaching each day of the party. I send tasks to my host to post in their party, to be active, to message their guests, just things that they can do. Also, something fun that I have just started this round of people is doing a video. You can do a YouTube video and then send it to each host, or you can do a video and send it through Messenger. Now, if you do a video sending it to Messenger, you can only do like 1.5 minute segments, but it makes it more personal, and they're more apt to read that than they are what you're doing. Let's see. I usually, when I video them about 3 days before their party, just getting them pumped up and letting them know I'm getting ready to have them invite their guests. Let's see. You definitely want to ask your hosts what they want from their party. If they want a certain piece or they're wanting a certain sales amount, because you don't want them shooting for 200. You want them shooting for higher. So I usually try to get them to have a wish list of something large, like the Rock Rock or the Indoor-Outdoor Grill or whatever their thing is. And then I try to promote that in the party, as well as have them have a goal. Uh-oh. See, life of a baby. Let's see. You want to make sure your hosts are informed about what raffles you're going to do in the party, because if they're excited about the raffles, they can help you get their friends and family excited about that too. I personally offer my hosts a $50 shopping spree if they help me. Hold on one second. Let me put him down. Actually, he's not going to go down. So I offered them a $50 shopping spree if they help me get 3 people to do a party. And I usually tell them they have to do the party in 3 months, and they all have to qualify. So when they have the third party qualify from their party, they will get a $50 gift coupon from me. And what that will do is, if they say they have a $100 item at that party, then they will get 50% off because they were the host who booked it. And then I would pay the $50. So in essence, they could get a $100 product for free. So that's been really generating extra bookings for me. I know we're not talking about bookings, but that's something to talk to your host about. And I wanted to show you a video really quick of what type of video you can make fun to send to your host. You don't have to be as creative as this lady was, but it helps. Let me see. I know. Hold on. I'm going to put him down. had it pulled up until we had to reboot. So give me 1 second. I know a screaming baby is not what we want to hear right now. Here it is. I'm going to go lay him down.
Hey there, lovely. Thanks for booking a party with me, Coach Thibodeau. Your host packet is in the mail. You may have even already received it. I'd like to take a minute to go over what's inside. Inside, you'll find a little letter from me, a checklist for how to have a successful party, a wish list, and instructions on how to set up your wish list on paperchef.com. Did you know that you can send your wish list to anybody at any time? Oh, Santa, I've been extra cookies here. Cookies. You'll also find the monthly specials for both you and your guests, a couple current catalogs, and some invoices to collect outside orders, as well as a little information about why life tastes great as a Pampered Chef consultant. You'll also find a kit coupon for up to $50 off of your consultant kit. That means that you could start your very own Pampered Chef business where you make money sitting on your sofa drinking a glass of wine for as little as $59. So what's one party tip I can share? That's easy. Invite lots of people. People very rarely get their feelings hurt for being invited to a party, but sometimes those feelings can get hurt if they feel left out. So invite them all. If there's anybody who doesn't feel like partying with us, no problem. I can show them how to leave the group, and there's no hard feelings. Lastly, share the love. They don't want to hear from me. They want to hear from you. What Pampered Chef products do you love? Do you have one of those highly coveted black baking stones? Share a picture. Is there a Pampered Chef item that you use every day? Tell them why. Or maybe you just heard about Pampered Chef's top-notch quality and you're dying to start a collection of your own. What's on your wish list? What solutions are you looking for in the kitchen? Whether you're a Pampered Chef addict like me. Hi, my name is Hope, and I'm addicted to really quick recipes and incredibly simple meals. Or you're new to the Pampered Chef Club, my goal is to help you earn as many perks as possible. That's my thank you for helping me stay home to take care of this little guy. I look forward to working with you and meeting all of your friends. And the best part is, we can party looking like this. Aw, it's $1 million wedding. So take care and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. So, were y'all able to see that, Karen?
Yes. That
Okay.
was great.
Awesome. The last thing I am going to show you guys is just a quick example of my post my party template as far as what I use and what I say. Let's see here. Sorry, I had all this pulled up before I had to reboot. I also ask my hosts what products they already have and what they like so that I can actually pull them into the party more and ask them questions in the party. All right. My crazy computer. I promise I'm not normally this crazy unorganized. Why did it log me into that? That's not what I was logging into. Okay, last try, and then I'm going to end up handing it off. Ta-da! Okay, so this is my host coaching template. And I usually send out to my host This says 2 to 3 weeks prior to party if you can. Usually I'll have at least a couple. And it just says, hey, amazing host, I'm getting prepared for your upcoming parties. I'm getting your packets out in the mail. Please let me know when you get them because I would love to schedule a chat with you to go over the packet. Your first step is to share. Show everyone you know the catalog and take it to work and school and let your spouse share it. And then, getting at least 100 outside orders can make or break the party. Please message me with questions. And then I say, this is big. Talk to, text, message any guests and friends that may want to party in the next 2 months. Because when your third party qualifies, I'll give you a $50 shopping spree. So that's just an edit. And I add pictures down here. I don't always use all of the pictures. I pick and choose, but I have them there in case I need them. And, it goes on. I don't message them every day right at the beginning, about a week or 2 weeks prior to the party. Then I say hello again, touching base. Have you gotten your host packets? This party's going to be fun. I tell them about the early bird drawing that I do in my parties so that they know. And then a week before, I give them the dashboard information on how to log into their Pampered Chef site. And I have some pictures on, what to do in the party, like commenting is nice, or liking and hitting hearts is nice, but commenting is better, making their own individual posts, things like that. If you guys would like this template, let me know, and I can get that to you as well. So I just wanted to show you that I just use that as a copy. I know that there is a file, I'm sure, in the Love Carpenter page that has host coaching also on document downloadable. So you can use that as a reference also. Let's see. I'll go back to stop sharing. Okay. So other than that, I pretty much just try to stay in contact. I definitely, not going into recruiting, but I definitely talk to them early and often about joining. If they're definitely into the party big time and they're doing what I ask them, I tell them how much of a rock star they're going to be and continue planting the seeds of recruiting. But host coaching, the biggest deal is to get them excited and to get them interested in what you have to offer so that they can pass on their excitement, because the customers that they have are going to want to hear more from them than you. So I'm going to go ahead and pass off so that Karen Yalch, she is a director on my team, can actually give you some information and tips that she actually does hosting parties. Go for it, Karen.
Hey, everyone. I'm not going to go in as much detail as Leah did with her awesome job, but I just want to go over exactly what I do step by step from the time I get a booking. I do get a lot of my bookings primarily from my parties, and the key element to getting those bookings is my host. From the start, you need to all know that your hosts are your biggest advocates for your future bookings off parties. And what I do is from the time of booking, I go ahead, I get them scheduled, I get them excited from the start. So the month that they have booked their party, if I already know what the host special is for that month, because sometimes they do book a few months out and we may not have that host special available to us yet. But as long as I know it, I will let them know what that host special is right from the get-go to go ahead and get them pumped up from day one. And then as the party date nears, about 3 weeks out, I will either shoot them a text message on my cell phone or through Messenger, whichever that they're primarily more on. And I will send a confirmation message just to make sure that they're still, that they're still on track for hosting their party, because none of us like last minute cancellations. And so this is just a good way to reaffirm the booking and to go ahead and proceed with the next step, which for me is 2 weeks out. I prep and mail every single host packet for that batch of parties that I'm preparing to begin. And when I do mail off or get ready to mail off their host packets, I will actually send a message again to my host saying, I'm so excited. I have your host packet ready to go. It will be mailed off tomorrow, whatever the day is. Please let me know when you receive it. Okay. This is good because it's going to hold your host accountable to, give you that courtesy of notifying you that they have received their host packet. Now, when you do hear from your host, okay, and they tell you that they have received it, and you might have a few once in a while that will forget to let you know, which is no big deal. Give enough time for the postal service to get that packet to them, and then you just send them another courtesy message, just asking them if they did receive it yet. Of course, when they tell you yes, that they did receive it, at that time, guys, is when I will go ahead and tell my host that I would love to be able to schedule a quick 5-minute chat with them on the phone, just to go over some party information. And I've never had a host tell me that they don't want to talk for just a couple of minutes. And I go above and beyond to try to do it at their convenience, because the way I see it, yes, we're providing a great opportunity for them, but they're also helping us out at the same time. And so I do try to do it on their timetable. I do make these host calls within the week prior to the start of the pre-party. And when you get your host on the phone, I'm telling you guys, be excited. If your hosts hear your excitement, they're going to feed off of it. So when I get them on the phone, at that point, that's when I remind them of the host special. That is when I tell them about my personal host incentive that I offer every single one of my hosts. Now, I do something very similar to Leah. I do offer my hosts $50 in free Pampered Chef products of their choice if 3 friends of theirs book and hold qualified parties within a certain amount of time frame, okay? Usually for me, I do 2 to 3 months, honestly, and it does honestly depend on how many bookings I'm looking to get. Like if I need some sooner rather than later, then I'm gonna tell them 2 months. If I'm booked pretty good for the following month already, then I'll take it out to 3 months. But again, I go back to the beginning of when I first started talking and I'm telling you guys, hosts are your biggest advocates for future bookings. I will also at that time let them know about the early bird door prize drawing that I do offer when the first, when I don't want to say when, for all of the guests who quit going by the last day of the pre-party. And I do offer an early bird special. So for the first 4 guests who places an order of $50 subtotal before tax and shipping during my 2 pre-party days, because I only do a 2-day pre-party. I know some do 4 or 5. That was a little long to me, so I shortened it to 2. But those first 4 guests who do that, then I'm going to include a small gift like a citrus peeler or Season's Best in their order. It is a good way to get a good jump start on your host parties, whether it's 2 orders, or even a qualified party before day 1. Let's see. Going back to the host packets, I do want to touch base on it a little bit. I know Leah did, but each one of us, I'm sure, includes slightly different items in our host packets. I don't like paying $7 or whatever for shipping per host packet, so I keep mine pretty minimal. In my host packets, I do include 2 catalogs, 2 to 3 postcard invitations, the Life Tastes Great brochure. I do have a host letter that I print out and I include in each host packet that also gives them some party reminders in there. If you have not heard of Lori Gilbert's note, we will make sure we get it to you and provide it to your director. But Lori Gilbert's note is a great thing a great item to add to your host packets, and I'll go ahead and show you really quick. I just take that note and I will go ahead and I will write it down just on a cheap post-it note pad that you can get at the Dollar General, Walmart, wherever. Go ahead and get some of those, and then you can just quickly jot the note down, slap it on the front of the host packet. Also inside the host packet, I include, honestly, only about 2 catalogs. Most people don't even use them, but I do make sure I include 2. And I always write down the host sales tax on each of those order forms, because it's going to provide an added, added information. The host can just look on there and see what the sales tax is for her party. Okay, if anyone should ask. I also do include a copy of the host and guest special for the month of their party. And like today, I'm prepping my host packets for my next batch of parties. And so all I did was go and I just put the host special, just went ahead and made a new image by just tucking the guest special in on the corner of the host special. And I just include one of these in each host packet because it just makes it easy, and it's right there for them to whip out to be able to show their guests and a reminder for themselves. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the key thing really with host coaching, if I had to sum it in one word, it's excitement. You have to get your host excited. If you just call and you sound, and you're just like, oh, hi, I was just hoping you just had a few minutes to talk today, or what, if they hear that in your voice, they're gonna, trust me, we can all picture how someone is over the phone when we talk to them. And if you are not calling your host, you need to, because those of us who do primarily, virtual parties, after a while, it does kind of seem that they just look at us as some sort of automated thing. We're just an automated Pampered Chef consultant, seriously, like a virtual one or, VR. And we have to be able to give that personal connection with our host. They need to realize that we are more than just a Facebook consultant. And it also gives you the opportunity to get to know your host a little bit. Ask them, hey, I saw on your Facebook, on a Facebook post you put, I saw a picture of your son, and he just, earned something at school. How awesome, and taking that extra minute to just do that, I'm telling you guys, it goes a long way. Okay, your host will work for you. Okay, just don't forget that they will. You have to just get them pumped up and ready for action. Okay. But that's pretty much all I have. I mean, that's my steps that I use for my hosts to get them ready. And if you have any questions after you watch this host coaching call, anyone can feel free to private message me at any time. Okay. I have no problems answering any questions that any of you may have. We're all here to help each other succeed, and your success is all of our success. All right, have a good one. Jennifer, I guess it's you.
It's up to me. Great job, Karen. So let's see. On the other hand, I do not call any of my hosts. I'll ask them, like at the prior party or wherever, however I met them, what's the best way to contact them. If they say to call them, I call them. If they say to text me, I'll text them. If they say to private message me, I'll private message them. But I always want to make sure that, because I don't have a lot of time, I'm on a very tight schedule in my business. But I just wanted to share with you guys how I host coach my hosts, because it is the most game changer in your party sales. And your party can be a dud to a party being $1,500, $1,600. It's all depending on your host. So I wanted to show you guys, because I just so happen to have one right here. I do spend a good bit of money on my postage. So I go to the post office, and if anybody's ever seen this, it's a priority mailer. And inside of here, I just do, which is very basic, I do ask my host how many catalogs they wish to have, because like Karen said, some people were like, well, I thought this was virtual. Why do I need a catalog? And then other people were like, oh, well, I can take them to work, and my mom, my grandma, I'll see the moms at on the baseball field. Send me, I'll say no more than 5, okay, because it gets kind of tight, but you can mail up to 5 or 6 catalogs in this mailer for $6.95. So I do 3 catalogs. I do a Life Tastes Great brochure, And then I do up to 5 order forms because you want 5 orders before the party, 15 during the party, and 5 orders after the party. So I'll print them off. They're on PC. They're under promotions. You can download them. They even have the guest special for that month on there. I do not send host specials. I used to, and then I got to the point where my hosts were like, well, what's the special? And I'm thinking, well, she didn't even see it in her packet. But two, I don't have a color printer. So what I do is, and I wanted to share with you guys what I do inside my party. So I have, let's see, here we go. I do host emails, and I either send them by email, or I'll send them by messenger, and I can share this with everyone as well. And this is about leading up 2 to 3 weeks out, the host email number 1. And it's just pretty much, and so you can go in and you can change it right here where it says monthly host special. You can put in you could probably even find a way to put a picture in there. Telling them about the free product value, the half price items, the percentage discount they're going to get, the future party pick whenever they get bookings from their party, 10% off for the year, the kit credits in there, and then just a couple of other things that you want to tell them about the party, about inviting all their friends, not to prejudge, participation daily. Okay, so I send that about 3 weeks out. And then depending on my schedule and if I get around to it, I'll send call or email number 2 2 weeks out. Okay. And this is another one, contacting their non-Facebook friends. Remember the 5, 15, 5, which is the 5 orders before, the 15 during, and the 5 after. And then I send this call 3 about Sunday or Monday before the party starts. And it's just kind of giving them a breakdown of when their party's going to start, what to expect, the last day of the party, when they have to have the last of the orders in, and when you're officially going to close the party. So you can totally tailor this to however you wish, because everybody starts their parties on different days. And that's totally up to you. So that's another one. And then here again, you are telling them about the new consultant bonus, which is with new consultants each month, they have a sign-on bonus once they hit their $12.50. So I am doing, and I know like Leah said, it's kind of hard not to talk about recruiting, but you are planting the seed with them before the party ever starts. You can also mention to them about doing a launch party instead of doing the party. You can also do a tic-tac-toe game with your host, where you get them excited about doing the party, and if they fill in or get tic-tac-toe, that you give them, you could do a whipped cream maker, or oh my gosh, anything that you had on hand there at the house, or you could add something to their order as a host, as a consultant's gift. So this is another fun thing that you can do, and you can even take things out or reword it however you wish to do it. I also wanted to let you guys know how I make contact with my host every day is I do in Messenger, and I batch my hosts together. So up until the party, I'm working one-on-one with my host. But then I'll let them know that once the party starts, that they're going to be in a group message with other hosts that I'm doing parties for that week. And I've not had any complaints with doing it this way. My motto with my team, and they all know, is to work smarter, not harder. And I do that first thing in the morning, is I send my host coaching to my host, and that's another document that we can share as well, is I have the words to say, or you can, take words out, put words in, or whatever, but it gives your host a daily task to do each day. And I'll even include pictures in there. So they have, what do I post? Well, here you go, post this, but kind of put it in your wording. And then some hosts you have, they'll go live in their parties. It just all depends on your host. But getting them excited about the party, planning the picture of, the wish list and how they want to get things for free. And then also working with them too on, I do an incentive the same way that Leah and Karen do, is I just do a $25 gift card, and I add that to the third party once all three qualify, because you also do not want to lose money. If you're going to give something away, you also want to receive something back. So if the show, she can get 4 bookings, 5 bookings, but just 3 parties have got to qualify, so you're not losing money in your business. Let's see. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And all of this stuff, like there's different graphics and so forth on different Pampered Chef Facebook groups you can find, or you can make them your own. I use PicMonkey. It's a free app. It's super easy. It's not anything complicated, but there's tons of stuff out there. So did I leave anything off, Karen and Leah?
I don't think so. And the only thing that I do differently with my host coaching during the party is, like Leah, when we started, we did the batch messaging with our host, but then we gravitated away from that, and I now message each task to my host separately, because that way, for me, if they're having an issue, I don't want my other host to, if they're having anything negative going on, I don't want my other host to kind of see that happening in that party. And that's happened to me before. So I started doing the separate messaging for the daily host task. But that's the beauty of this, guys, is that y'all can do what you want, whatever works best for you. Doing the batch messaging, host messaging for Jennifer, that's what's working for her. But for me, doing the individual ones, that's what's working for me. And yes, we're all using pretty much the same incentive, and you can offer what you want. It could be $25 in free product. It can be one $20 item that you want to, if you know that they want a certain item, let's say they want the Cool and Serve or something, you can offer them that once all 3 parties come in qualified. And like Jennifer, what I do, I add, like, I just paid out $50, okay, this past week to one of my past hosts who's the third party qualified. And what I did is that I added her $50 in products to that third qualified party. So it just helped that last host even more. Right. That's just, that's easier for me. Because it really just is. But I don't think you left anything out, Jennifer. I just, like I said, just want to remind everyone that they can try different ways of doing it and find out what works best for them, because obviously we all 3 are successful with what we're doing. Right. It's all working for us. So guys, just find your groove, find out what works. And if you have any questions, let us know.
The last thing I wanted to share real quick while she was talking about, Jennifer was mentioning emailing hosts. I wanted to show people via shared screen how to do that easily. Let's see. If you go into your Pampered Chef account, and let's say you just want to randomly send an email to one of your parties or one of your upcoming hosts. I'm just going to pick this one. Yes, I have a party in my son's name. Oh, I went the wrong way. Hold on. It doesn't really matter. Say I wanted to email them. I'm going to go under Edit Party. And right up here, it says Show Page, Guest List, Email Host. So I click on Email Host, and Pampered Chef makes it easy. If you do not have a template or don't know where your template might be, this just says, hi, thank you for hosting a Pampered Chef catalog show, or whatever show it's going to be. And you can actually type right in here, It tells you exactly how to log into the account that they need to do. You could obviously tailor or copy and paste from a template like Jennifer was showing you, and you hit send email. It goes straight to them, super quick. They also have right here an email after the show, and it has another separate template telling you about after the show that obviously you can tailor make it for each host, but it automatically sets up for you. So that's real easy to do if you're wanting to email. It's just another avenue to get out to your hosts.
I'm so glad you showed them that, because I know a lot of times we forget about how great Pampered Chef is and how great Pampered Chef really does cater to their consultants and making our job by filling in the words easy. So it's not a complicated thing to have to come up with. So I'm glad that you showed them that, Leah. So, but like everybody said, guys, you pick and choose what you want to implement into your business. There's no rhyme or wrong reason. And we all do things differently, but like Karen said, we all have successful businesses. So I hope this helped. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us individually. Good luck on host coaching.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.